effort to woo back buyers. Earliest indications are that a company might want to first focus on females, particularly moms. It seems they're the least inclined to buy a Toyota. Apparently, guys are quite happy to risk careening off a cliff, and the odds, at least if they're sufficiently low, they'll careen off a cliff. Not women, though. They're very long-minded and vindictive. So how does Toyota win them back? The author of Winning the Toughest Customer, The Essential Guide to Selling Women, Delia Passi, says that it is uphill right now for Toyota to get them back. What do they do right now, Delia? What do you think they have to do?
Well, women influence 94% of all auto purchases. So, you know, when we talk about men or
94%?
women... 94%? That means that,
what the heck are the guys doing? Just being dragged there? What?
Pretty much so. You know, there's an old joke where it used to be when the woman came in alone, they'd go, oh, gee, she's got to go back and talk to her husband. Now they're telling me, the auto dealers are telling me that if a guy walks in alone, they're like, oh, geez, he's got to go back.
Those guys should be ashamed of themselves. I'm talking to all the men out there listening. If you need to base a decision on what your wife tells you, well, I'll talk to my wife and let you know what I think of that.
That's right.
But
exactly.
So Toyota's got to win these guys, gals, over.
That's right.
And how do you do that?
Well, you know, it's going to take a little tougher, a little longer, because women are the toughest customer. So to earn her trust has taken them years, and they've done a really good job being a trusted company. And you know what? I think they're going to get back there again, but it's going to take a little bit more communication than I think they're prepared for. They've gone out, they've done a great job in trying to get out to the public, but my concern is that they're not customizing their approach enough and speaking to her the way she needs to be spoken to.
All right, so give me a couple of examples how they need to speak to her.
Well, first of all, I think it's not a one-size-fits-all. Moms have safety and security much stronger on the priority list than men do, so we have to really go after that. We're going to have to prove to her. We're going to have to be transparent. We're going to have to give her extra measures that we're doing to make sure that her and those little kiddies in the back seat are going to be safe. And we just can't pretend it's over with all of the new promotions and the rebates and all the stuff that they're going to come out with. We're going to have to go out there with lots more communication, woo her back, and get her to trust us again.
Do they hold a grudge that long?
They sure do. Actually, there are some studies that when a woman is totally dissatisfied or she's had a bad retail experience, it could take her years to come back in, where men, it could take them only months.
Well, it's true, because my wife can remember arguments back in 1984.
That's right. And you know what? We don't forget. So let's focus on making her happy.
So you're saying that you got to even choose your venues differently, right? So
absolutely.
Give me a couple examples of that.
Well, you know, 30% of all women today, you can't reach them through traditional media. So, you know, let's think about how she wants to be communicated to, through social networks, through individual emails, opted in to learn more about the company. Let's talk about events.
Well, what about Lifetime? Just put something on Lifetime, because they hate all men, right? I mean,
you know, no, they don't hate men. Okay. But you know what? Not even, there's a lot between TiVo and so forth. How, you know, it's getting tougher out there to communicate to her. So you've got to be more creative, but you've got to get out there, and you've got to find those venues to speak directly to her and speak to her the way she wants to be spoken to.
94%. I mean, it's a staggering figure, but I think all men out there should be ashamed. I hope.
No, they're smart.
They're smart? Well, I guess they are. They're also afraid, very afraid. Delia, that was very interesting stuff. I didn't know a lot of that. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.